one. I came back, rolled on one.
Mango.
Is it? Am I coming in clear?
You coming in clear?
Am I coming in clear? Check one, check. Subscribe down here. Is it? Where's it going to be? Subscribe here. Yeah. Hit the like button. Yeah.
Subscribe there.
Subscribe. Hit the like.
Yeah. That's what.
One love. We're live in 1, 2. That's 3. 3. What does it mean to be a father? To be a father, it will be to be a protector and a provider. And, you know, to be a father is love, really. So you have something that you can give your undivided love to and receive love back from your child in order to be a father. So to answer your question, it's all about love, really. After having your first child, like when I had my first child, straight away, you know, because you don't know what's going to happen. You anticipate so many different things, and like when the baby does come, and then it's your first child. So that in itself, just having a being there in your hand, or having a person, a small person at that you have to now look after and provide for, and make sure it's safe and sound and everything else, which, you know, is overwhelming for anybody. But I think so at that time it's like, okay, so this is a fatherhood. You know, I have something I have to look after now and nurture and teach and show the right way and how to do these sort of things. And that's your first reaction. And I think it's when something happens, like they're sick or they're in pain or they hurt themselves, anything like that, that's when it really comes at you like, oh my God, like it's my job to look after them and not allow them to be in danger, and some you just don't have control of all those things. So I think just not being able to control everything about your child, being their father, that's what makes you know what fatherhood's about, because it frightens you so much that, you know, you don't want anything to ever happen to them, which is never the case, because, you know, we've all fallen over and hurt our head, arm scratched, this, that, fight, whatever. But that's life. But yeah, so I think when they're in pain, that there's something that you can't prevent from happening or you can't solve or whatever, that's when that real father for me kicked in, like, oh my God, like this is my job. You know, and I'm failing at it. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people, a lot of black boys anyway, they would say, oh, I grew up without my father and stuff like that. And can I put myself in that category? Possibly yes, because I wasn't in the same household as my father. So does that count? But I spent a lot of time around my grandparents and my dad's side of the family. One of my aunts was really close to me, took me around and stuff. So I would go there periodically and you know, weekends here and there and things like that. And so I knew that I had a father. You know, when your grandparents say, oh, your dad, they're there, or your dad's at the shop, or your dad, because we used to own the shop, your dad, da, da. So I was to go and see, you know, like when you're being a dad, you're always so busy. So your dad say, oh, son, you want chocolate, you want this, here's some money, which is great. You know, as a young kid, you get 10 or 20 pounds. You're great. You put it in your pocket, you go home, even though your mom's going to take it, but you know that. But, you know, you feel good. But so you know that you have a father as such. But I think growing up, I think, whereas my mom got married, and so having a stepdad come into the house that, you know, he's not my dad, but he's treating me like his son. And, you know, when you see them day to day, you know, you wake up, they're in the house, you go to bed, they're in the house, you know, you can't get out of it. So obviously he was my father, or he grew me as a father would grow a son. So my first thing is when I think when my mum got married, because it was such a big event, you know, and it just, those kind of things stick into your mind. You know, you're a young kid, you know, this, that's going on, all these different things are happening. So I think when my mum got married, and then obviously my stepdad had come over from Jamaica and stuff, so, and he's the father of my brothers and sisters and stuff like that. So I think just growing up with him in the house made me know what a father is, because, you know, he was a good man, he used to work hard, and, you know, he done what he done what he could do. You know, no one's perfect in, you know, certain ways. So I think, yeah, from a young age, from I was about 10, I knew what it meant to have a father in the house, but it just wasn't my father. I think you kind of like, with yourself, you learn from these things. So even with me, with my kids, you know, I just try to be the best me I can be. Do you know what I mean? And then being there, you don't have to be there every day, but being there all the time, and showing them love, and that's enough. When you say parenthood, people normally go to parenthood is two parents in the house.
Right.
This is parenthood. Well, no. As long as your two parents are co-parenting, this is parenthood. So whatever you take from that is that. But I think for me, it's that I would like my kids to learn from parenthood is loving each other, being there for each other, and being strong as a unit. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, whether one comes from there or there or there or there, you're still all family. Do you know what I mean? And so I would like my kids to grow up with being a loving person, being themselves, adventurous, doing whatever, but just show love in the household and with each other because you're family and that's all you have. So I think what I would like for parenthood is that you can be strict at times, but you got to be fair. So strict and fair, with a bit of love, because you can't be their friend all the time. But so I just think a good life balance. I think just about to just try and bring something in my life, when it happens, when I have the boy, when I have my little man, I would like to teach him to be a strong black, um, caring, loving, I hate using this word, but God fearing because people use it. But he has to know Jesus. Do you know what I mean? So growing them up like that, I just think you have to be there for your kids, yourself, how to hold yourself well, and always want to strive to do better and be better in yourself, and just don't settle for anything. Do you know what I mean? Because as a black man, as we see what's happening here, I want him to be like me. Now I can see that stuff and be angry, and I can sit here and still talk calmly about an issue that some people want to go and fight and take off heads and stuff like that. So I would want him to be strong in what he's doing, but then make the change. If I could say make the change, or even do something that doesn't involve violence or any kind of criminality to say, I'm going to make a stand and stand for this. Scary because when you say being a young black man in this society, grandkids, it's like, okay, what about the people that were like Underground Railroad, like no clothes, like living on plantations, and all these different, being raped every day, hung? I can go on forever, but again, I don't like to give that too much of my mind, of my thought patterns and stuff. If you're going to say that, you can say, okay, what about those people? Those people wanted better for their kids and wanted to, how they were growing in that society, that, they probably thought that today, how we're living, this would never be possible for them or for us. But again, they kept with it, and look at us today. So I would say being a black man living in society today is always going to be tough, and it's going to always get tougher. And I think with everything what's going on now, I think it's just a way to just stir up the hornet's nest. And things have always been tough for us. So I think just growing up in a society now as a black man, as much as everyone's angry, I remember going back a few years where certain things I couldn't do, or certain places you couldn't go without being victimized in some sort of way, or something said, or even if it's not said, you just feel it. It's how people are. So I'm just hoping in the next 10, 20 years, when my two girls at the moment are older, things may have changed for the better, and with everything that's going on, hopefully it might be, or it should be. It should be changed now, actually. But it's still scary because being black's scary. My favourite thing about being a father would be, it's just the fact that that you've brought life into this life. And I would hope that, when I'm at the end of mine, my kids will be there for me then. I would look around at grandkids and, big family, that type of thing, that not just my name, but my bloodline, my family tree would be expanding and, and can go on forever, because, there's not enough of us black people having kids much these days. So our population will grow as well. My favorite thing would be just to see my kids grow and be successful, and just to be proud of what I've created, with the Lord's help, obviously, with what I've created. But and my least favorite thing about being a parent at the moment, because I can only go by what I'm going through now, is when your kids start changing, and like they start getting certain ages, they start changing. As in, like, you couldn't open the door without one leg. That was it, the left or the right? The left leg or whatever it was. But yeah, without them hanging on your legs and things like that. But then when they get a bit older, they're into the phone, hi dad, that kind of thing. So and then then the attitude comes. So then when they're trying to express themselves because they don't know how to express themselves well, with the way things like just rage, it's like you just come out in a rage and you shout and I've got to be like disciplining my 9-year-old about you don't shout at your parents and things like that. So I think just seeing that change, I just didn't like it. Because I had no control of it. But then I got to remember that when I was a certain age, when I used to take a few from my mother, and then the day came where I just didn't have it, and I did the block thing, what, you know what I mean? I did the run thing. You just can't chase me. Yeah, I did all of that. But yeah, so I probably was the same for her. Like she's probably thinking, boy, I can't stand this boy. Yeah. This is how it is. But it's just life. Now me and mum are like thick as thieves. Do you know what I mean? But so I know it's just the cycle, but that's the only thing I can say I don't like about being a father, or that I don't enjoy about being a father when those situations come up. But again, it's about being a father where you have to handle those situations. So I get that as well. So there is not too much things that I can say why I dislike being a father. Probably their mothers. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. No, their mothers are great. I'm quite lucky. They're just normal women. Get on your nerves at times. You want to strangle them. But, you chose to be with them and have kids, so there must have been something. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Father's Day is a day they make up to make fathers feel not left out. And I get it.
And then they leave us out.
We're left out anyway, always. And even what we get on Father's Day and how we're treated is most of the time, it's like, leave me out. Don't bother. Do you know what I mean? I'm only going to pay for it later. Everything you bought me, no, you're going to get it back. No, I'm joking. No, Father's Day, no, it's a good thing. You know why it's a good thing? Because they've got Mother's Day. I say, yeah, I welcome Father's Day only because they have a Mother's Day.
Okay.
So now we get to Mother's Day.
Right.
Yeah? Which, and if I says this, and I don't even want to be a cliche, you love your mother every day. So why have we got Mother's Day? To share that. So for Mother's Day, for the man them, it's like, or for mans or men, or, take the street talk out of the place. Yeah. For men, it's like, you've got to do so much. You've got to buy, not got to, that's a lie. You do so much, or they make us seem like we've got to do so much because of what they put out there in the psyche, so it gets you. So you'll be watching TV like 3, 4, 5 months before Mother's Day even comes up. That's why I don't know when Mother's Day is, because they've got so many adverts. Buy this, buy that, flowers and all that stuff. Men like flowers too. Men like all those things you're saying for Mother's Day. Men like them too. But when it's Father's Day, it's like...
Socks.
No, they don't even advertise socks for Father's Day. It's like a picture. Like the picture frame on the mug. You know how much mugs I've got?
It's like take a picture before he runs.
Yeah, it's a picture of your dad. Put it on the mug, and he can have his coffee or tea. What about his rum glass? Put it on the rum glass, because that's what man drink, or whatever. No coffee and tea. Do you know what I mean? I start drinking more tea and coffee just to use my mug. Do you know what I mean? Like my daughter's face is on it. When I'm like that, I don't see it. But anyway, no. But I like all things. But yeah. So I think with Mother's Day, it's just too, and it's the pressure, the stress that everyone's under. I've got to do this, and especially with. I'm going to touch on something that people get whatever. But especially when people have to go to the cemetery and stuff like that, it's made to feel that that's the day you go because it's Mother's Day. Come on, man. You go when you feel it. Do you know what I mean? The florist is open every day. The cemetery is open every day. How about we go once a month? Change the flowers if that's the case. I personally don't think we should go at all because of what it does to certain people. But some people need it. So, yeah, do that once a month. And then you can ignore Mother's Day. Yeah, ignore it altogether. But what it is you've got too much women out here that have kids that think, no, it's Mother's Day. Listen, I've got my kids now. I want Mother's Day. It's like, hey, ask for Mother's Day every day. Because I'm not asking for Father's Day every day. I don't get it. I would like it. What happened to me? Oh, mummy, what happened to me? Where's mine? But so it is. But yeah, so Father's Day, Mother's Day, them together. Do you know what I mean? Get rid of it all. For being a father, do you feel like I get enough recognition?
More appreciation.
Personally? Okay. I don't really want to talk personal because
Generally.
we're in jokey mode.
Generally, yeah,
but generally...
Because we know enough.
Yeah, exactly. Generally, I think we don't get enough recognition for the black fathers that are there, they don't get enough recognition. And what was the other one? Appreciation. Never. A woman never ever appreciates a man fully. Even when they say it, oh baby, I appreciate you, I love you. Yeah. They never ever appreciate a man fully. I'm telling you. So, it's for that moment. So they might appreciate you for that moment, but then next week when they say something, you go, but baby, last week you said, you didn't like that? Yeah, I like that. That was last week. Do you know what I mean? So is that appreciation? Or is it appreciation for the time? Because if you're going to appreciate someone, you appreciate them for as long as you know them. I appreciate you. I appreciate your being. You're being who you are to me and how you deal with me and look after me and, how you look after your kids, family, whoever, friends, So that's appreciation. And that's like with ups and downs. So that's like even when I'm not on my best, I'm not giving my all, you still appreciate me. Because I'm not like left the planet or I'm not over there or I'm not doing that. I'm here. Maybe not every day, but I'm here. And so I think they don't get enough appreciation. But they could do with a bit more. This thing right now is killing people. It's damaging people. And I've known it enough to know I'm not saying too much about it on any live network or any kind of social network or any kind of filming whatsoever in anyone's YouTube page. I've known now not to say anything about it. So what I'm saying is, nah, I'm joking.
So what I am.
So what I'm trying to say is, I just think this Black Lives Matter thing right now. It's taken over. Not taken over because it shouldn't have been a past thought anyway. This should have been on the agenda from. Well, it's been on the agenda, but they just veto it. But So with all what's happening at the moment, it's scary. It's because I don't go out there and march and stuff like that. It's like, does that make me feel like I'm less pro-black or I'm less on my mission? No. But whoever does go out there and does and protest and do their thing, I'm all for it, and I will support you from my house. But I wouldn't put myself in harm's way. So I think it's a good thing that some people are doing. I think I like certain things I've seen over the last few days with all that madness that's happening, because black people, we're not like we're not the thugs, not all of us anyway. We're not the thugs. We're not animals. We're not like barbarians. We have passion. We have empathy. We have all love. We have all those kind of things. So in the face of someone calling you an ignog and doing all that sort of stuff and fighting you, trying to whatever, you can still pick up a white man and walk out of a crowded black people and put him to safety. That says it all. But I just think, guys, well, I was about to talk to you guys, but I just think that there's other ways that we can do certain things. I know people always say that. And yes, I'm not someone that's to start something right now. But if and when I do, my movement will be done in the right way. It'll be done with the right structure to try and gain results that you need. So I would think that, and that's just me thinking. I'm not the cleverest guy around, but you can imagine like thousands of black people come together. We can make something work. There's so many powerful black people that, touch on this topic on the news, and you see all these people saying, all of you same people that work for the man, you can come together and go, right, we know how it works. We know how to push what buttons, and we know how to get things signature down and put through Congress or whatever, because we're in England. You know the ways, but until these people actually, come and show us people that don't know the right way to get through, then we're always going to be stuck in this limbo. I think we need to come together more and always support black businesses. But so it's not nice. It's not nice to even be in this situation as a black man. But we've been in it for years anyway. Yeah, maybe died down and you don't feel it as much and whatever else. But it's always been the same, and it's the same fight we're having. So I just hope one day either someone wins or we just call it a draw. And it's only because now we have all this technology and people are doing stuff like this is when people are being more honest with their feelings. That's why certain people come on there and say things that they probably normally wouldn't say out. You're in a crowd of people, and everyone's talking. You're not that bullshit. You're not that person that's going to be loud. You're not going to be the whatever. So you just sit back and watch everyone else do their thing. But you go in your house and you close that door. You're the only one in there.
Yeah.
I talk to myself to my heart's content.
Yeah.
Then what happens? They call me crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Exactly.
So it's those kind of things that, with the way, you know, technology's created this whole everyone staring into cameras and saying stuff. I still find it a bit like whatever, because you know you think, oh, what am I doing? Like, I'm talking to myself. I'm crazy. Some people could just do it well because they probably have things that they want to get out. Do you know what I mean? And this is their way of expressing themselves. So I think this is when you hear a lot of truths and you hear a lot of people's, oh, what I went through and whatever, and you go, oh shit, that hit me. I didn't even realize that because mine was similar, or I didn't even realize that was that way. I'm not going to say that in a group of people unless I'm in therapy. Do you know what I mean? So I got to go to therapy to express myself to people I don't know. Then I'll come home. There's people that still didn't know how I felt. Doesn't know. So, well, when are they going to know?
They got to know when
read the letter. There's a letter on my chest. Read it out to everyone at my funeral. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, Steve.
I'm 80 odd years old. Boy, growing up, I was no. Back then, people would be flying cars in the sky going, what the fuck? What's he talking about? He had a Ford. What? Do you know what I mean? Nah, too far gone. People that I probably won't be around won't even be there to hear it, to know it. It'll be the young generation. They say, "Why who's that man?
Yeah.
The Uncle Mango, I don't know what I'm to me now. He left any money?
Always coming to that.
What him left? It's crazy, man.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm out of there. Don't be chopping me up and edit me up as I'm fucked.
I'm going to chop you up because I'm going to make you say Black Lives Don't Matter.
When are you?
By God's
Which
grace,
one's filming?
all of them are on stuff.
Black Lives Matter. Power to the people. Big up Malcolm X. And big up Marcus Garvey. What else? Who did I leave out? Brother King? Purposely.
You left out Jesus.
Oh, I ain't finished it though. But I was talking about the black thing because Jesus is everything.
He was black. He was a black man.
I ain't gonna start with you.
He was a black man.
I ain't gonna start with you.
He's
You know you're playing now. You're playing devil's advocate. That's the devil in your ear. Don't throw that at me. Don't throw that at me, bro. It ain't sticking. It ain't sticking. Jesus, the Lord, my Savior, is everything.
He had hair like wool.
Everything. You see the building we're standing in? Jesus. You know what I'm saying to you? Jesus. This is Jesus. Who created it? So don't tell me no rubbish. Power to the black people. Stay strong. You know, our rides always bumpy. Stick together, love each other, show love. No, stop war, more peace. Look after your society because you know your surroundings and what you have around you is ultimately going to be yourself. So look after the trees, the plants, the animals, the insects. All these things make the world go round. So we look after that. That's showing love to everything. And then the world will be a better place. Hopefully. When Boris is out. I'm not joking. I ain't going to start on Boris. Cool. That's it. I'm done.
All right then. Yeah.